So, you're starting to learn Telugu, and you hop on Reddit and see a question just like this one. Sound familiar? It probably does. You hear one kind of Telugu in movies, another from your family, and then the textbooks, they feel totally different. You've got formal, classical, conversational. Where do you even start? It's a super common question. So, let's break it all down. That's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to cut right through all that confusion. We are building a modern roadmap, a clear path, with one single goal in mind, to get you speaking and understanding everyday conversational Telugu, the kind of Telugu you can actually use with confidence. Okay, so with any big quest, you need to know where you're going, right? And when it comes to learning a language, it all starts with your why. So before we get into all the nitty-gritty details, let's talk about the single most powerful tool in your arsenal, your motivation. Your reason could be anything, right? Maybe you're relocating to Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, or you're working in Hyderabad's booming IT hub and you want to connect better with your colleagues. Maybe you're marrying into an amazing Telugu-speaking family, or you're a doctor and you just want to communicate with your patients more effectively. Or hey, maybe you just saw an incredible movie like RRR and thought, I have to learn that language. Whatever it is, lock it in. That's your fuel for this journey.
All right, motivation locked in? Good. Now for the first major stop on our map. And listen, this is a big one. Before you even download an app or open a book, you've got to understand this fundamental split in the language itself. Seriously, this is probably the #1 reason why so many beginners get tripped up.
So there's a fancy linguistic term for it, diglossia. But don't worry about the word. All it really means is that there are two different versions of Telugu being used at the same time. You've got a high, super formal version, and a low, everyday spoken version. It's kind of like the difference between the language you'd find in an old historical document versus how you'd text your friend. One is for books, the other is for real life. And this chart right here shows you exactly what I'm talking about. On the left, you've got the formal stuff, Grandika Bhasha. See the word for books? Pustakamulu. Now look over to the right, the conversational side, Vyavaharika Bhasha. Same word, but now it's Pustakalu. See the difference? So here's the bottom line, and this is super important. If you want to actually talk to people, you need to focus 100% on the stuff on the right. That's the language of today. Okay, every hero's journey has some dragons to face, right? Well, learning Telugu is no different. But these aren't fire-breathing, impossible-to-beat monsters. They're just challenges that, once you know what they are, you can totally conquer. So let's gear up and face the 3 biggest ones for English speakers. Dragon number 1 sounds your mouth has probably never made before. I'm talking specifically about these things called retroflex consonants. The trick here is all physical. Go ahead, try it with me right now. Take the very tip of your tongue and curl it back so it touches the roof of your mouth. Now try to make a da sound from there. Weird, right? It feels super strange at first, but this is exactly where having a tutor is a game changer. They can help you nail this. And here's the second challenge, perfectly laid out. In English, we can be a little lazy with our vowels, but in Telugu, vowel length can change the entire meaning of a word. Look at this. Kala, with a quick, short A, means dream. But if you just hold that vowel for a split second longer, gala, it means time. Dream versus time. You can see how that could cause some serious confusion, right? Training your ear to hear this difference is so important. Okay, now for the big one, the whole structure of the sentence. Think about English like a train. The engine is the subject, I. It's at the front, pulling everything else along. I am learning Telugu. Subject, verb, object. Simple enough. Now, Telugu, it re-engineers the whole train. The engine, I, is still at the front, but now it pushes the object Telugu in front of it, so the verb, the action word, am learning, always, and I mean always, comes at the very end. It's the caboose. Getting the subject-object-verb order into your head is going to be your biggest grammar mission. All right, we've got our map, we've sized up the dragons. Now it's time to build your toolkit. And I'm not talking about digging up some dusty old textbook from the 70s. No, to get conversationally fluent today, we need a smart, balanced set of modern digital tools. And the key word here is balance. You wouldn't build a house with just a hammer, right? You need a whole toolkit. It's the same here. You need tutoring for that personalized feedback. You need movies and podcasts to tune your ear. You need apps to build your daily habits. And you need language exchanges to build that real-world, on-the-spot confidence. Each tool has its job. Let's kick things off with what might be your most powerful weapon, a human tutor. Why is it so important? Well, think about it.
An app can't hear you. It can't tell you, hey, that retroflex duh you're making sounds a little too much like an English duh. A real live person can. They give you that instant, personalized feedback that is just absolutely essential for getting your pronunciation right.
Next up, immersion. And honestly, this is the best part. This is where you get to watch movies and listen to music and podcasts. But here's the secret. It's not just entertainment. It's actually brain training. You're soaking up the natural rhythm of the language, the way the sentences flow, the cultural jokes, all the stuff that makes you sound like a real person and not a robot.
Of course, you still need to build that core vocabulary and grammar. And for that, you need practice, practice, practice. That's where gamified apps come in. Think Duolingo or Ling. They're brilliant because they turn boring drills into a fun game. It makes it so much easier to get in your 15-20 minutes every day, maybe on the bus or during your lunch break. It's all about building that consistent habit.
And last, but definitely not least, you've got to actually use the language. You have to speak. This is the bridge from knowing things in your head to actually having a conversation. And platforms like HelloCall or finding a partner on My Language Exchange are perfect for this. They're like a safe sandbox where you can practice, make a ton of mistakes without feeling embarrassed, and build up the courage for those real-life, no-script moments.
So, you've got the map, you know the dragons to look out for, and you've got your shiny new toolkit. Now, how do we put it all together and actually get to our destination? Let's talk strategy. Believe it or not, the most important number on this whole journey isn't your vocab count. It's this one right here, 30. 30 minutes, that's it. 30 minutes of focused practice every single day. That's the secret sauce. It's not overwhelming, you can fit it in, and that consistency is what creates real, unstoppable momentum.
And here's what that can actually look like in a real week. It's a simple 4-part plan. First, you've got your daily app practice. That's your foundation. Then, a couple times a week, you check in with your tutor to get that expert feedback. Third, you're hopping on a language exchange whenever you have a spare moment to just talk. And finally, on the weekend, you kick back and watch a Telugu movie or listen to some podcasts. See how it all fits together? This is how you make steady, noticeable progress.
So why do all this? What's the end game? Well, it's this. It's what this person on Reddit is talking about. It's that incredible feeling when you can finally, genuinely converse with your relatives, when you can understand the jokes, get the cultural references, and just feel connected. That's the real reward, right there. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is really all about. You're not just learning words. You're forging a key that opens a door to a whole new world of people, of culture, of stories, a whole new way of seeing things. So really, the only question is, which door are you going to open first?